हेलो 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 मेरे प्यारे भाई लोग, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। भाई कैसे हैं आप लोग? तो भाई अपन आज 2300 पे तो पहुंच ही गए हैं, ठीक है। इन रैपिड 10। अगला टारगेट है अपना 2400 का, 2350 का एक्चुअली फॉर टुडे। अब नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम से अपन टारगेट रखेंगे 2400, 2400 प्लस। ओके, चलो फिर आज अपन पजल से शुरू करते हैं। तो सॉल्व पजल्स, दिस इज द पजल। ओके, वी आर विनिंग मटेरियल हियर, बट हाउ? By just taking knight and then take his bishop and take this pawn, and then I can have rook. So that's how we win the material. So it's black to move. Okay, I can give him check. King moves here is the option. Then check from here is mate. What if king goes back? Yes, knight, because knight here was mate. So king goes back was the only option left. And now I can just take this pawn. No, I think I need to place my knight here. That's also wrong. Knight here. If everything is wrong, then what is the right move? Giving him check and that's mate. Okay. Queen alone is sufficient. That's the way. Knight takes pawn was also not a mate. Don't you think? Okay. Give me a minute. I'll be back in a minute. So I'm back here. Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? I hope I'm audible. Okay, so let's next puzzle. Next puzzle is it's white to move. Saying I think queen check from here. So king cannot go back. Now that's a check. I can take his queen. Because if I just go for this check, knight, rook can come in between. Or can I not go for this check? This check, king goes here, and this check is mate. Yeah, I can give him check from here, and this check is mate. बिल्कुल। हेलो हेलो सुजीत, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। बिल्कुल बिल्कुल खेलेंगे भाई। थोड़ी देर रुक जाओ, खेलते हैं। इट्स ब्लैक टू मूव, कैलकुलेट फॉर चेकमेट। क्वीन हियर इज मेट। क्वीन हियर He can push pawn. Queen here. He can push pawn. Uh, I can just push d5 and take that bishop and again take that pawn. Check. No, just take his rook. Okay, that's the way. And take his queen. He gave up all of his pieces to give me mate. That's great. It's black to move, and it's saying you are in critical position. If I just take this knight, if king takes it, I can take his knight. Yeah, I can take this rook first, and then this rook, and then knight. Next puzzle. Come on, next. Move on to next puzzle. If I just take his rook, I can place my rook here after queen takes. That's wrong. Okay, first I need to attack his queen and just take that bishop, and then I can take rook. That's the way. Hello, Mr. Asli Asilis. Welcome to the stream. Chalo, let's move on to next puzzle. It's white to move. Do you see any checkmate idea? I can see it. Just I take this and there is mate. Take, check, 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 check. Take this. Yeah. Check, take this, and this is mate. So it's black to move. Coordinate your pieces to stop the pawn from promotion. So I can't stop your pawn from promotion. Okay. Check, check. King goes back. This check looks good. And this check for exchanging piece. And we are good to go. Now it's black to move and calculate and win material. Our plan is just I can take his rook, bishop takes, and queen, queen attacking bishop. Yes, bishop takes, and that's check. That's the way. Come on, two more, and we'll start rapid after this. So it's white to move, and I'm in trouble here. Can you spot the checkmate? That finishes me off. Okay, white to move. If I take this pawn, if I put my knight here, king cannot go here, king cannot go here. He just need to do pawn push and check from here is mate. First take this and check from here is mate. Great, great, bro. Good to hear that you reached 1500. So streak of 4. Come on, come on. Streak of 5 and I'll start rapid. So if I just take his bishop, knight takes bishop is the right. And bishop takes rook was wrong. Okay. That was the way. I thought we made it, but streak of 4 and it lost. Come on, one more time. It's black to move. So I think that's a check. Check and mate from here. Yeah, that's the way. Black to move. I can just take his queen. Bishop takes queen. If I just take his knight, yeah, no. How I can win piece here. Hello, hello, Sai. Welcome to the stream. Win material to win puzzle. I don't know. So moving my queen was the way. So moving my queen away was the solution. It's white to move, calculate correctly, and you can win rook. I think that's a check. I can take his rook. Offering queen exchange is wrong. Moving king away was the right. Because if I exchange queen, he can push pawn and rook here, and he'll push again. Bishop takes it, rook takes it. Got it. That's why moving king was fine. Now, if he just gives check, bishop can come in between, and there is mate also with queen. That's the way. Okay. White to move, think about checkmate. Check, king goes back. Check, king comes forward. Okay, so bishop is under attack. I can go for double check and check, which is mate. Rook to c7. No. Rook to h2 was the way. So sorry, rook to h7 was the way. By just giving his king double check, and after that I can give him checkmate with queen. Now it's black to move. Find a way to win material. If I give him double check or pawn push to give him check, king cannot come forward because bishop pinning king is the way. So check, king goes back, pawn push. Attack his queen, then these two blocks will be blocked. What about just a pawn push and do nothing? If I attack his queen, he can go for check, which I obviously don't want. If I give him check, king takes it. Pawn push, queen takes. Okay, that's a mate. Oh, seriously? A2. A2 queen will take. That's a mate. That's a very brilliant mate. Let's retry this. King goes here. I just need to give him check. King does not have any square. If king takes that pawn, king does not have this square, does not have this square, not have this square. Okay, check. And this bishop is also guarding rook. Rook which is blocking this squares. Pawn is blocking this square. Bishop is blocking this square, and this square is blocked by pawn. Whoa. Seriously, that was a brilliant mate. Not mate actually. Yeah, queen blocks, yes. And bishop takes. Right, yeah, that's not a mate. So queen takes, rook, and he can just go for a mate. What about rook here first? And then I can go for check, and I can take his knight. Moving on to next puzzle. I can just take his rook. Bishop takes bishop, pawn takes, no. Take his rook, bishop takes bishop. I can, queen takes pawn. Sorry, pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes rook, pawn takes queen. So I think two more puzzle and we'll start with rapid. Rook takes, rook is check and mate. Wait. I think bishop takes and rook supporting it. No, it's a bishop here, and just take his queen is fine because rook here, he can plan queen there, queen on d7 maybe. Okay, so that's not the way. One last puzzle and we'll start rapid. Checkmate is coming. Okay, that's a check. Maybe rook here and that's mate. Bishop free. Let's go. Okay, we'll start rapid now. Moving on to first rapid. 10 minutes. Start game. Let's go. So we are 2300 playing against 2318. Target for today is 2350. We'll continue with our game, our opening only. Alkine's defense normal variation. Bishop attacking knight because I can plan bishop here and knight here to go for that pawn. And knight activation. Maybe I can just take, if I take knight takes and knight takes, Okay. Bishop takes pawn. Knight takes. Bishop takes bishop. Or um, okay, that knight is little powerful. Bishop takes bishop. Bishop takes bishop. Knight takes. Bishop takes bishop. Then knight will just go back. So no. Maybe just open up back rank. Knight here will be problem because after push I cannot place. I can do, yeah, knight here because bishop is on this line, so it is possible. And he does not have knight which is guarding this block. Knight here attacking rook. Now knight goes back is the option, and knight will sit back on e4. Maybe knight sit back on a7 was the correct move because bishop on. Okay, just attacking his queen. Knight attacks queen, and once the queen moves, I can take his bishop. Or let's just place knight back first. Yeah, let's just place knight back. Plan is I can just take his bishop now and place my knight here. Or maybe knight here. N- Uh, Knight here. Knight takes. I just need to do this push. Just take his knight. Knight here. Knight here looks good. Knight here. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Knight here. Knight here. I can take his bishop. Yeah, knight here looks good. Bishop cannot take that knight. Come on, take your bishop back. He just took it. Okay. Bishop takes rook. We are fine. We do not have any problem. I can take this knight because this knight cannot take queen is pinned. Then activating queen, going for that pawn. I can just take his knight and take that pawn. If bishop cannot, bishop still cannot take knight. I can take his knight and bishop cannot take, queen needs to take and I can take that pawn. And now bishop takes knight, pawn takes it. And maybe rook here, attacking queen and bishop. Queen needs to move back and I can double up rooks. Or maybe rook here. Knight attacking queen. Queen goes back. I'll go for exchange. Okay, threat is made. Just need to place my knight back, and that will be defended. Now rook here, and threat is made. Bishop takes. I'll first take his queen, then that bishop. So bishop will also can't move. Now rook here, and rook on g4 is mate. I'll not go for exchange. I'll place my queen here, and then rook here. No, rook here, rook cannot go here. I think I should double up my rooks. Rook here and another rook. What if bishop comes here? Queen will take that bishop. And now rook here is also option. Instead of blocking queen, okay, let's double up rook here only. Rook here, rook on e7 and rook a8 on rook to e8. Okay, doubling up rook because there is no mate. Now rook here, threat is mate. If bishop takes knight, that's a mate. And if rook here, rook takes. Come on, yaar. Why I would go for bishop take? That's a mate in one. Let's go. 23-10. Moving on to another game, another rapid. I think we will achieve our target today. When will you reach 2500 elo? Soon, soon, bro. 24 soon, yes. So 2350 today, maybe 24 in next week. And after that, 25 in this month. Maybe not this month. Next month, mid. E castle, we also castle. And we also pin his queen, symmetrical. Maybe pawn push, knight goes back, knight goes here. I think I'll play bishop on f5 so I can activate queen here. was the highest rapid elo you have achieved? Till date, it was 23:15. I think we are going to cross it today. Queen on c3. Bishop takes queen on f5. If knight in between, I first need to take that. I can take his knight. No, I first need to take his bishop and then knight. Knight cannot come in between, obviously. Take his bishop is not correct. Knight goes back. Although I'm giving him knight a place, but his knight cannot sit here. Bishop is already guarding. Take this knight. He can take my queen. And if knight here, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Bishop sits back. Let's place bishop back right now. If knight goes forward, I'll take this bishop. And bishop will sit on g file. Bishop takes, knight takes. If rook takes knight, bishop takes bishop first. Attack on queen, and after that I can take his rook, but he can just take that bishop. Okay, so that's how he won my knight. Now rook here, offering him exchange. He's +3 now. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen here. I thought he will place queen there. Pawn takes, rook takes knight, and knight takes, queen takes. I missed that, yeah. Anyways, still we can try to get draw. Stopping him to take that pawn. If you go for that pawn, rook here, attacking knight. He can't take that pawn. Rook takes knight. Knight takes, queen takes, but he can just go for pawn push after that. So he can take that pawn. And I need to place my rook on f1 then. He's so confident that he can win with two knights. Rook take knight, knight takes. Okay, he got my piece. Now knight take. I can just go for check and push pawn. Check and push pawn. Push pawn. But knight here, I'll win problem. Knight here, just a pawn push. That's not a mate from here. And if queen here, pawn push, and then queen here, I can get queen. Pawn push. That's a check. King goes here. I can go for draw. Check. If I go there, that's a mate. Okay, check, check, check. Is there any other possible way? I think no. That's a resign. He can just take that pawn. Queen takes, knight takes, and I'll remain with one pawn. And he have one, two, three, four, five. If he takes, I'm going to resign. Okay, not this time. Back on 2302. तो सी अब सो जाओ. अभी तो स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट करी है बड़ी. Okay, d4. Pawn takes. Bishop here. Take his knight. Queen attacking bishop. Check and take his queen with check. And pawn push attacking his knight. Knight goes here. That's this pawn push. And if bishop takes knight, pawn takes it. And if knight goes forward, bishop can defend knight. Hello, Gulshan bhai. Welcome to the stream. He's bringing his queen on the road. Brilliant. That's a check, pawn push. Okay, check. Let him push this pawn. And it's just bishop goes back, and I can go for short castle. Why not? It's time for short castle. King safety. He's not doing any king safety, but we should do it. Check. And I think Bishop sits back, or maybe just this pawn push. This pawn push, so he cannot go for bishop exchange. And if rook sits here, bishop goes back. Rook here, pawn push, pawn takes, bishop sits there. Bhai sahab, game start होते ही end game हो गया. Only in 55 seconds. Exactly. Rook here, pawn push, queen check, king goes back, pawn takes, and check. Yeah. So this is a mistake. It's a pawn push, check to king, king goes back here. I can take this pawn, and rook takes pawn with check. Rook here, rook here. No, rook cannot go here. Just take all the pawns on the board. I'll take this pawn, thread his bishop check, and take his rook. Okay, he gave me that. Take a bishop check, and take his rook. And let's take all the pawn on the board. Rook here, I can take that pawn. Bishop will go for that pawn. Or I can just, if bishop takes c2, I can push e6, e7, e6, e7. Okay, that's a check first. And I can take this pawn. Let's rethink. No, cannot take that pawn. Rook goes here. Rook check, and rook needs to be placed back. Whoa, 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 what's happening, yaar? I just made one mistake, I think. He'll push this. Check. King goes here. Check. King goes here, and I need to go for draw. If bishop in between, I can place my rook here. Rook check, king goes here. Just made one mistake. And I made winning game, losing game. Pawn push, hill queen. I need to give up my rook. Come on, need to check how to win this. Check, I can take that pawn. And take that pawn. He takes that pawn. Okay, now rook guiding that pawn again, guarding that pawn. King attacking bishop, and king goes this way to stop that pawn. Come on, yaar. I lost a winning game. Was not supposed to. Back on double two nine four. Just play slowly. I can win every game. Just I need to play little slowly. Okay, let him play. We'll play. We'll decide which opening needs to be done. We'll play different opening this time. Come on, make a move. Why are you taking so much time? He's not playing. Let's about knight here. I'll play my opening. Scandinavian defense closed. Plan is clear. I'm just going for bishop exchange. So knight takes this pawn is possible. Now he is guarding that pawn with knight. Maybe now knight here. I'll first take this bishop and then place my queen here. Plan is to give him check and another check, or maybe knight here. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, let's take it. Queen sits here, attacking knight at the same time. This plan, check, check, check. Now this will be wrong because our two piece will be under attack. So it just I'll take my queen back first. And now if he makes a pawn push, I can take it and go with the same plan. Why I'm not taking this? So my bishop will remain uh, open. If I just push this, he'll take. Okay, maybe I can just maybe I can just push this first. Takes, and then takes this. Pawn takes. What about this knight check or pawn push? Pawn takes, rook takes. Yeah, let's open this file also. Pawn takes, rook takes. Pawn push check. Knight takes, rook. Knight takes a check, and safeguarding my rook back on f file. Pawn push, closing this file. Plan is I can place my knight back on f3 and push h4. Or maybe pawn push, first knight check, and then placing my knight back. What about this knight checks, pawn takes? No, first placing my knight back, and then h4. h4. प्रीमियम अटैक हो रहा है, प्रीमियम डिफेंस भी चल रहा है ओपोनेंट साइड से. Made a mistake. That's why I'm thinking why I'm playing so fast. If I just play slow, I can win. But why I'm going so fast? Be patient. We will achieve target. Just gave up my queen. Unnecessary. Go slow. After every move, we will think now. Bishop, bishop. Pawn takes, queen takes, knight here. Take that pawn. Okay, pawn push. There we go with the bishop activation. So I can go for short castle. Knight can activate here. But there is knight goes forward. Is threat? No. No, that's not the correct. Let's just castle. Unable to control my love by same here. Okay, now bishop is not doing anything here. So bishop pinning rook. So he'll move his rook. I'll play my knight here. Threat is to take that pawn with check, and but when he will play his rook here, then only he's going for double push. If he goes for double push, I can just place my bishop here. Knight cannot take it because I can take his rook first. And if rook here, I'll take his knight because his rook is pinned now. So I think he needs to move his rook here, and I can play rook on c8. Plan is to push this pawn n%, and then pawn takes, knight takes, rook takes that knight first. Yeah. Arey, if anyone wants to buy a diamond membership, okay, he just took that knight. I can take his rook and he'll place his knight here. So first take his knight is the right thing, and queen takes it, and I can now take his rook because if I would have not taken his knight, then knight goes here attacking queen, and he would have defended his piece. Now activating rook, so he cannot push this pawn. Knight and rook both are guarding that square. Now knight here. Plan is to just give him check and take queen. And now after this c5 is also a plan because n% queen takes queen. Bishop can also do n%. He cannot do n%. Rook attack queen or rook attack bishop. I think rook attacks bishop. Now queen here. Yes, queen here. So he cannot take my rook. I can just take his queen. Okay, so guys, we have a group diamond membership. So we are purchasing it. So if anyone wants to purchase, they can send us their name in the chat. We will add you in one group, and you can get the diamond membership for just rupees 1030 rupees. And let me know if anyone is interested. We can add you to the group. We already have group member of 5. We just need one more member, and we can get the diamond membership. Let me know. Let me know in the comment. I'll not exchange queen. That just queen goes back. No, I need to exchange because now he can take rook here. I can take his knight and then take his bishop. Or maybe I cannot because he can just take this pawn. I first need to open up back rank. Yes, opening back rank first. Knight is also undefended. Yeah. Can I just go for exchange? Rook takes attacking bishop. Then just go for pawn push. Then I can place knight here. No, I think instead of that, I should just defend the undefended knight. And if pawn push, knight sits here attacking bishop, and pawn knight takes pawn. So he cannot push this. He can push this, but that's the plan. By placing knight on c4, attacking bishop, bishop needs to be defended, and I can take this pawn. Knight c4, knight c4, knight c4 after you make this pawn push. Because that pawn is under attack, he needs to push. He has two pass pawn. Yeah, I'm seeing that. We'll try to defend 1-2. We are exchange up, but that's not enough. Okay. Okay, knight goes here. Pawn push, knight check, king here, and knight does not have any square to go. So knight back, he'll push this pawn. Okay, I can just take that pawn because we'll attack on bishop after that with check. But he can plan his bishop here. I can again attack his bishop and knight at the same time. So if he takes this, I can take knight, or I can take bishop first. What should I take? Let's go with knight. Bishop goes for check. Uh, king push for check, and I can take that pawn. Or maybe if king goes here, bishop to b5. Knight takes that pawn. I can go for check and or maybe just knight goes here. Pawn push. No, I need to stop that. How I can do that? So we have to plan precisely. Check with rook. King goes here. Check with knight, or check with knight from here. If bishop takes, we are fine to take because after push, rook can sit here and another rook goes here to take that. And if he does not takes it, then I need to think forward. So check first. Best move to save 8 minutes of your life. Resign. Don't you think 4 minutes? Knight e6 ले जाओ. Knight e6. Okay. Knight here. Knight here. Rook here. He'll make a pawn push. I can take his bishop. Or maybe rook here. Threat is mate. Yes, that's the way. Rook here. Threat is mate. Rook to b8. Yes. 4.5 plus 3.5 is equals to 8. Okay. Great calculation, by the way, Akash. He gave me mate. For promoting that pawn, he gave me mate. Rook to b7. Yes, rook to b7. Rook takes rook, bishop takes, or instead of take, just rook to a8. Pawn push, bishop. Great move. Now it just knight goes back and pawn push is not possible. But if he plays rook here, then I need to think. Knight here, he'll play rook here. That's for sure. But I need to do that only. Rook here, knight here, rook here, rook takes rook, bishop takes, and bishop sits back. Bishop takes that pawn. Bishop cannot come here, right? Yes. Come on. Rook here. Rook takes rook. King move. King move. He will take my knight with check and take my rook also. So this is now resigned for him. Knight here. Knight takes that pawn. Okay, I can simply go for check and take this pawn. This pawn push is not possible. If he push, if I takes, I can have bishops, right? Yes. Or maybe just attack his bishop for now. Let him forcing him to push this. Push. So knight takes, bishop takes, rook sits here. I can have one of the bishop. So that's the way. It's a win. Okay, I'll take that knight because after that he can just take pawn. I don't want to give up pawn. And a pawn push blocking his bishop. Bishop goes back. I can go for check, take that pawn. Come on, what left what left with him? Resign. Rook sits back. Pawn takes. Take this. No. Mate in one. Bishop take his force. He still have one square. Let's go. 2294. Opponent was winning. He messed up bishops per very more than enough to convert. Okay. Yeah. Come on, back to 23. Just play little slow. Don't blunder anything. It's not blitz or bullet. We have so much of time. ह्यूमन वेपर छोड़ के आया हूँ स्ट्रीम देखने. ह्यूमन वेपर, ये क्या होता है? थैंक यू फॉर दैट बाय द वे प्रशांत. न्यू सीरीज, ओके. हेलो महेश, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. So, guys, one more time, I'm just announcing that we are thinking to buy a group membership. We are already a group of five, so we need one more member, and we can purchase a group membership, which will cost 1,050 rupees per person. So, if you are interested, please let me know. We can add you in that group. We just need one member. He had mate, okay, still he has. He can just take bishop. I can take this. So check and mate. Oh, oh no. Now knight here. I'll take that pawn. Knight takes that pawn. Pawn takes it. Bishop can sit here. I'm also giving him my bishop, so I can take his knight. After this check, king can go here, and there is draw, but there is no mate. Knight here. I'll sacrifice my bishop, and knight takes that. I can take this pawn, giving him exchange back. Knight takes this. Knight attack queen, and king takes knight. Yeah, that's the way. But yeah, can I play next game? No, bro. Sorry, not now. Let me complete some target. We have target of 2350 for today. Just give me some time. Okay, bishop takes pawn was the plan. Knight takes rook, and bishop takes pawn. Attack on queen, and knight king takes knight. Hello, hello, hello. So we are back in the game. We have we are piece up. Now knight goes back for that pawn. He's opening his king safety for us. Offering him exchange. Come on, take the exchange. You have to defend opponent will use his premium attack. Now that exchange is force like queen takes queen, knight takes, and I do have this pawn take or this pawn take, and I'm going for this pawn also at the same time. So I'll be pawn up. Bro, you will be my teacher. Sorry, bro, I do not teach, but you can join the stream and see my stream continuously. You will learn more. I think many of our subscribers have reached 100 points above after watching stream. So I can just take that pawn. That's a fork. And if we try to defend that fork by playing rook here, I can just take this pawn. Take that pawn. It's still free. Rook here. This rook here. I can. Oh, we got this rook, or that's a check. I can take his rook. So, anyways, force I got his rook. Yeah, that's a fork, anyways. I can take this rook or give him check and take this rook. Let's go. Back to 23. We'll cross 23, 25 today. Let's see. My best is 2315. I think I'm going to cross my best today. We made a brilliant move. Sacrificing bishop was a brilliant move. Yes, bishop sacrifice. He sacrificed his bishop. I sacrificed my bishop. Gave him bishop back. Pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes. Okay, activates bishop. Pushing my queen forward. I'm going for long castle now. Bishop takes pawn hoga. हाँ right. Bishop takes pawn was a brilliant. I think pawn push. So he cannot. Knight cannot take this pawn because bishop takes knight, queen takes, and knight takes pawn. Now I can go for long castle because he's spinning that short castle side. That's why I just did a long castle. Pinning his pinning his queen. I do have knight here. Knight on d5. Bishop takes knight. Queen takes knight. Queen takes bishop. And I can just go for knight takes knight. Okay. But I can take this. Take this knight. Yes, queen takes this knight is possible. Knight takes bishop. I can take another bishop. But wait. Queen takes is also possible with check. And knight takes knight. Still queen takes bishop with check. What's next after that? So that is the force move. Yeah, that is the force move. Knight here attacking that pawn. If rook tries to defend this, I can take this pawn. Lost pawn, but I'm getting it back. How he will save that pawn? At least we didn't lost a piece. Okay, knight takes that pawn, and knight goes here. Why not knight goes back? Bishop is already guarding that, and king defending that pawn. I can double up rooks. That's a double pawn push. A4, defending this pawn first and doubling up rooks. This is winning. Knight trap करेगा. Now if king here, I'll push that pawn. Plan is, if he takes that pawn, rook check, and I can take his bishop. And if rook takes, bishop takes. Doubling up rook. So after that plan, he cannot go for this pawn. Okay, that's push. Is good now. So I hope you got my point that if we just take that pawn, that's a check. I can take his bishop. I was just planning his king to sit on seventh rank, so I can just push this pawn. And rook takes pawn is not possible because bishop can take it and will be exchanged up after that. And if he does nothing, I can just go for that pawn and continue with push push. That will be faster. The best pawn, the winning pawn. So I still cannot. He still cannot take, and I still cannot take. So just a push, another push, just a waiting move because still he cannot do this. And that's a double push. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Come on, he has to take. I'm not going to take. If he takes, I can take his rook. Maybe I can go for this push after that. This push, pawn takes, rook takes. Or maybe rook here is the best move. But first I need to block this square. Rook here, because that's a check. I can take his bishop. Plan is that. But let's not do it. I can just make this pawn push and then this push. After that, I'll plan this. Let's see what he will do. F4 pawn push. F4. Yeah, we are going to do F4 pawn push after this. F4, and then uh, if he does not take, I'll push F5, and then rook here, check, and another rook. He still can't take that pawn. I think rook here now. But wait, he can take that pawn after that. So rook here. So I should take it now. Arey yaar, he still can't take. If I would have placed my rook on d4. If bishop moves, that's a check. King goes forward. Rook sits here. He can neutralize everything. Take that, check. I think I have a simple plan. I can just take this rook. Okay. Pawn takes, and I can take his bishop, and then rook sits here because king is joining that, and rook cannot go to attack that pawn very soon. Yeah, bishop takes, and rook sits here. King joins in so fast. And here we have closure, so this pawn cannot be cannot move forward. King to b3, king to c4, and we are good to go. Or maybe instead I should play rook on h5 and just take that pawn. That's a fast square to go for that. And this two pawns will be brilliant because this pawn is not going anywhere. This pawn is not going anywhere. This pawn is not going anywhere. This is endgame, and I know how to win it. King here, rook here, and that pawn I can take it and then place my rook back on h5. I'll still go there. I'll go for that pawn. Rook here. But rook is defending and king is defending this pawn. And that's a rook here because he was going for this pawn. He cannot go for this pawn. Why I went rook here? Take that pawn. No problem. Just king goes back and back, rook back to h5 can go for a5, but I think I should first push h4 and then go for this. He's also a good player. He's not noob. I think I should not push it because rook can sit here. So instead, what I should do is just waste his time to win this. Rook here, he'll just go back. I can then continue with the push, check, or push now only. ठीक है चलो let's let him place his rook here. I thought of that. I can just go rook here. If rook takes that pawn, rook here. If king goes here, or should I just take that? Rook here, and king goes back. Rook back here. No, cannot push that pawn. Okay, takes this, and rook goes here for rook can go for check first. King sits on h6. Rook goes for that pawn. If we push, I'll just push first because uh, this can be taken anytime by just moving my king here. Okay, that's a check, and I can just go for this pawn now. Whoa, this ends in draw, by the way. But since he's time down, I can get it draw, get a win. Let's go. Flag him. I was supposed to win this. I don't know where I did mistake. Let's review this. This was not draw, by the way. Let's see what I missed. He played one brilliant move. Yeah, this was a brilliant move, obviously, because that take was forced, takes. And knight there was a great because I'm getting my pawn back. Knight goes back was mistake. What was best here? To just push pawn. Okay. Best here was to move king. Did I missed anything in the end game? Okay, I just have played king here. Yeah, that was the move. That was the correct move. King there was the correct move. And I missed that. And after that, I just have this pawn. And this promotion is not stopping. Okay, that was my mistake. Rest all was fine. Only a5 was a miss. What was best here? Just take that pawn. Okay, just take that pawn was good because rook takes that pawn and rook stops this and this is not stopping. Okay, great. I missed two mistakes in the end game. I did two mistakes in the end game. Miss actually, and that leads to draw. Although we won it, but that was leading towards draw. If he was 1 minute up also, that was a draw. That's hopefully he was 15 seconds, just 15 seconds left, so we won it. Otherwise, that was a draw. A4, A3. First, just blocking this knight to come forward. Free knight. Let's go. This is winning. Come on, resign. So we will cross our best now. That is third 23-15. Let's go. We crossed our best 23-18 we are now. Let's see if it got updated. Stats in rapid. So all time best highest rating is today. No, it's saying 23-18, but it was also on June 15. Okay, we are at our best now. 23-18 was our best. We are at our best. Come on, let's play another one. We'll cross our best now. Okay, play calmly, play slowly. Don't make any blunders. Perk defense. this pawn push, so knight cannot come forward and bishop cannot pin my queen. And I'll go for short castle. Pawn takes, bishop activates. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Yes, that's the way. Pawn push, pawn takes, bishop takes, pawn push. Can go for his knight, can go for his bishop. Queen cannot sit here, queen cannot sit here. Knight is guarding those squares. So I'll get his piece. Bishop takes g4. Okay. First, I think attacking his queen. What do you think about pawn push? If I try to attack his queen. Yes, let's do it. Attack his queen. Bishop in between. Bishop takes it, and queen takes. Knight goes forward. If queen takes that pawn, then simply knight goes forward first, and then I can plan for discover discover thing, something like that. Okay, pawn push. Now the pawn push is the way. He takes my rook. I can just take his bishop. Okay, he takes my rook. I can go for his rook. No, first I think knight here first, defending that pawn so bishop can go here. Now, if knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, queen goes to f2, and then we can go for that plan. Offering him knight exchange at the same time. Maybe this knight here was the best move. Going for knight exchange. Knight takes, bishop takes. Knight takes knight, bishop takes it, and queen sits here. Thread is check and mate in one. He's stuck completely. Otherwise, he has to give up a piece. So queen here. If king sits here, that's a check. Knight check. And queen goes back. I can just take that pawn. समय मिल जाए तो जय भाई तुम जीएम को भी तोड़ दो जिस कंसिस्टेंसी से खेल रहे हैं रैपिड ऐसे ही खेलो जल्दी 2500 रैपिड ऑनलाइन मे बी इन 5 मंथ्स लेट्स सी मेरे हिसाब से 2350 तो अपन आज कल में कर लेंगे टुडे और टुमारो एंड आई थिंक 2500 नेक्स्ट मंथ या 2 मंथ्स में करने का ट्राई करेंगे अपन विद इन 2 मंथ्स. So this is winning now. I can just take that pawn, bishop here, or I'll get a piece. So I can just take that pawn, check and mate. Take that pawn, knight here is mate. 5 month लगेंगे. ऐसा है क्या? I'm saying we will try. Knight here. What's his plan? जो भी हो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Take this. Mate in one. Or knight here, knight here is mate in one. King goes in. Knight check, bishop takes. Knight here is not a mate. Knight here. Knight here. Can he do anything else? I don't know. What's his plan? Knight here. Yeah, it's a mate in one. Bishop takes. Still, I'll go for checkmate. Whoa. That's how he saves the mate. Still, it's a mate. I can just push his bishop. If bishop goes here, I'll first take his rook takes knight and king takes queen takes bishop is mate. Bishop आ रहा है. Okay, now the knight goes back is the way. Whoa, he saved the mate. That's brilliant. That's why he's 2365. That's why he's 2365. If I was in his place, I would have resigned. Okay, so that's a check and knight goes back. First, king moves away from that checkmate threat, and then bishop. Although it's a long way, but still I can checkmate him. Brilliant नहीं, only move. But लेकिन only move भी मतलब how it is possible that only move is the way to sacrifice save your checkmate. Now that's a knight here, and if knight takes bishop, I can just take this mate. Now it's mate. अब तो resign कर दो. At least resign now. Come on. Now it's mate. He tried his best. He was a good player. Is there still a way? Don't tell me there is still a way. Let's go. We crossed our best, which was 2327. We made a brilliant move also. What was that brilliant move? भाई तेरी रेटिंग क्या है? It was saying I had a brilliant move. Now it is not showing any brilliant move. That's wrong. Come on, bhai. If any of our subscriber wants to play, they can send challenge. But anything below 5 minutes unrated, I'll accept that. Jo Mandar. Come on, guys. Anything below 5 minutes unrated. Time to play with subscribers. If you guys like this stream, please hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed already. And if you have already subscribed, please hit that like button. Come on, who wants to play? Can send challenge because this is not your true rating. केवल मैं ही हूँ। ओके, फिर खेलना है यहाँ। एनीथिंग बिलो 5 minutes unrated, I'll accept that. Not 10 minutes. SPRL chess and J0 Mandar. Okay, Akash bhai want to play. Paste your ID in the chat, bro. Okay, come on. You can win on time. Whoa, win on time. Great, buddy. Good game. Well played. इसलिए मैं ब्लिट्स नहीं खेलता. चलो भाई, who's next? आ जाओ. SRL chess. SPRL chess. Okay. 3+2 is fine. एटलीस्ट 2 मिनट का इंक्रीमेंट मिल जाता है लास्ट में. वेल प्लेड बड़ी. दिस इज गुड. Hello, hello, Master. Good evening, Master Spas. Welcome to the stream. I'm fine, thank you. How about you? Playing with subscribers. Fine today. I played 6 hours chess in a park. Great, great. So what you got? I made in the beginning 3 losses, 1 draw, and at least 25 wins. That's so great. यार जल्दी किया करो. भाई मैंने आज इतना जल्दी स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट करी. 11 बजे से स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट कर रखी है. और आप बोल रहे हो जल्दी किया करो. नींद आता है इतना लेट. आप लेट आए भाई आज. आई स्टार्टेड स्ट्रीम अर्ली टुडे. So I am late. Sorry for that. No problem, Marshall. Kulshan is also late today. Rook capture, bishop missed. Are you sure you are not going to resign? RD2 पे था, बिशप A5 पे. RB2 B2 पे था, बिशप A5 पे. Okay, another game with Mohan. Rook capture, bishop missed. हेलो भाई, मेरा मैसेज दिख रहा है ना? हाँ भाई, दिख रहा है. सनशाइन, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. Thank you, Vikas. So I'm fine. Thank you, bro. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Endgame. That's a draw. I think maybe not draw. No, but he can just push this now. It's a draw. Nope, that's a draw. Hello, hello, bro. I'm fine, thank you. How about you? Good game, Mohan. Well played. Want to play one more? I think you are more creative on rapid chess. I also think the same. That's why I just play rapid. I like rapid. I am see I'm playing very slow in this. Let's go. Come on, resign, Mohan. Well played, buddy. We were one draw. That's why I gave you one more chance. So who's next? Hello, hello, Kamlesh. Welcome to the stream. I'm fine, thank you, bro. How are you? So we crossed our best today, which was 23-18. We are on 23-27 now. Let's start the another rapid of the day. I think we will reach 2350 today. We can reach 2350 today. So trying that only. Moving with the another. Okay, another chance. I think another subscriber want to play. I think it's Mohan only playing with his sister's ID. Yeah, it's Mohan. It's same moves. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's go. Come on, bhai. Anyone left? Only one game today. Sorry, little bit in hurry today because we have to complete 2350. I should not play Alkine's defense now. I should try something else with black because Everyone knows how to defend this. I can take that pawn because if queen takes, I can go for check and take his rook. But I lost two piece. Okay, let's place rook here then. Going for that pawn. If pawn push bishop here for exchange, and then I can just castle. And then knight takes that pawn. Yep, bishop here, offering him bishop exchange. If knight takes, I can just castle. Okay, rook takes. Then I think I can just take this. Or might be I can just attack his knight and take his rook. Attack his knight. Queen sits here. Attack his knight. Queen sits here. Go for bishop. Take that pawn. Take his knight. What about bishop goes back? Attack his knight. Queen sits here. I can just take his bishop with check. Rook takes. Or if I just take his bishop, rook takes, and if I place my queen, his knight can take that pawn. But our knight is also in danger. So I need to take this. And then queen takes that pawn. What about just knight takes that pawn? Yes, knight takes that pawn. Okay, now queen pinning rook. Or maybe I should go place my rook on c6 to guard that pawn. If knight takes, I can take his rook. Okay, just castle. We'll save everything. Yep, that's it. Let him take that. Castle was necessary. If he takes that, I can just poke him. He's going for mate now. Okay, I do have a plan. Just move his knight, kicking his knight, and I can just go for check and take his queen. Check, queen takes, rook takes. Yep, that's the way. Check, queen takes, rook takes. If pawn takes, I can just take his queen. Let's go. This is winning. Attack is knight, but he can checkmate me. Attack is knight, rook here for check, queen takes, knight takes. I can take his another rook. So he will be left with knight, and I'll left with one rook and one knight. So does make sense. Rook here, rook check, queen takes, knight takes. No, everything will be. Arey yaar. It's equalization. Now I have to be little careful. So the way is I'm just spinning his rook, so he cannot go for check threat, and I'm doubling it up, so I can just go for his knight. So that's the save, I think. Otherwise, that was a lost. I can just take his knight. Knight takes queen, and I can take his rook. Is there any way to save my queen? If I just take his rook, if I take his knight, knight takes queen. Okay, that's a check. And check again. Okay, so I have to take this with check, and queen sits back with check. Just take this. Take this with check. Queen sits back with check, but he will have good compensation. And then knight sits back as fork. Knight sits back is also defending the square. आज मैंने बुलेट में 2058 की नेफ्यू ने 2-3 घंटे में 200 कम कर दी। अरे भाई साहब, ब्रो, भाई आप उसको दूसरी आईडी बना के दो। डू यू प्ले फीडे टूर्नामेंट? यस आई डू। I just need to move my queen, otherwise I'll be in trouble. So queen moves here. I cannot take his rook. That's a check. Be careful, be careful. Knight here and knight here. Attacking rook at the same time going for this pawn, and also queen takes that pawn is also a threat. He can just go for check, which he didn't win. Okay, so I can just take this check and take his rook. And no, I cannot take his rook still. But maybe I can now go for mate threat. So how is this a mate? Check, king goes in. Or what about knight check? Knight check. Knight check is a mate. Yeah, knight check is a mate. Let's go. Did you reveal your FIDE? It's 1637. I've only played 4 tournaments till now. That's why. Thanks, Gulshan bhai. Uski to 700 elo hai. He's 4. Okay. That is also great. If he's 4, तो 400 भी बहुत बढ़िया है भाई। 700 भी बहुत बढ़िया है, मतलब अगर सिर्फ 4 है तो। Okay, reach 2335. Another game. I think today we can make it to 2350. What say, guys? Come on यार, if you like the game, please subscribe this। 2335 हो गए, हाँ भाई। At or at our all time best। 2335। आज I think we will cross 2350। I didn't notice। आज तो स्ट्रीम भी जल्दी स्टार्ट करी थी भाई। You are late today। Are you doing chess full time? No, if I would have done, then I would I would be at 2900 if I was doing chess daily, or maybe I would be a grandmaster। Just kidding, not just a grandmaster, super grandmaster। Now bishop takes pawn, pawn takes, queen takes. There is no way to stop this, but there is a way. He can just push this pawn. I can take his bishop. Is the way. Bishop with check, and we will piece up. So he saw that sacrifice and he played queen. I think I should open the back rank. Queen here, pawn push f5. Then I'll bring my rook on f8 and then we'll go for more push. Or should I go for push right now? Okay, pawn push. I think I can play rook back to f8 and then just go for pawn push. Let's do it now. Bishop takes. I'll place my rook here. I should place my rook here right now. Now if bishop takes, pawn takes, and there is a pawn push threat. I should bring my queen also on h4 maybe. Would you like to practice classical games or only like rapid? See, the thing is, I didn't try it for classic. Reason behind it, it takes lot of time and efforts, so I cannot. I think I need to take his bishop because his plan was to bishop takes pawn. Now bring my other piece in game. That's the queen, and queen sits on f7, and then rook on e8. Rook on e8. Bishop goes back, and knight will activate. What about just a pawn push? Pawn push. I'll make my structure difficult. So that's why I'll not go for that. If knight here, bishop takes it. Rook takes, pawn takes is the way. And I think rook goes forward now. First queen on f6. Yeah, first queen on f6 attacking knight. If knight here, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, pawn takes. So I think knight needs to move back, and I can bring my knight in game after that. Double push. No, I think rook here. If rook takes, pawn takes, then it's the same plan. Now maybe just take his rook. Reason behind it, if queen takes, I can just take his knight, and if rook takes, I can make a pawn push. If pawn takes is the way. Yes. And knight cannot go forward. I can just take his queen. And if pawn takes and pawn push. After pawn push, knight still cannot take this pawn. And I can just go for pawn push. Okay, first I think attack knight. Knight is in the game now. Knight attacking queen. Okay, so now I can just take that pawn. But wait, I think I should just move my king away. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes it. And if I just take that pawn, bishop takes knight, pawn takes, and queen takes. Okay, move my uh, king away. I think pawn push. I'm just trying to neutralize this because the thing is, he's trying to be in the game. So I can just take this and bishop here. After that, bishop just sits here. If he just go for pawn push, bishop takes. Bishop guarding this pawn. If rook takes, knight takes, pawn takes. No, that's wrong. I think bishop here and bishop here for check. So his rook goes forward. Okay, but if I just go for check, queen can take it. So wrong. I just need to take this pawn first. That was guarded by queen, and I think that's the last mistake. It's a resign. Yeah, it's a resign. Cannot win this. What a silly mistake, yeah. I just went for undefended pawn. Defended pawn. What a biggest blunder. Okay, I made two blunders. One was to take that pawn, obviously. And what was the another one? No, I just made one blunder. That was the stake. What was best here? to just take that pawn. Explain. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and if queen takes, queen goes for attack in the game. So that I can activate all of my pieces. Bishop here. Okay, I'll be back in half a minute. Till that, let's start the another game. Guys, I'm back. So knew my mistake, what mistakes I'm doing. So the mistake I'm doing is just in playing fast, I'm not just looking on the board like that. After doing this, if somewhere I miss the calculation, na, so that is causing a big problem. So I need to calculate properly in each move, then only I can reach highest level. So that's the thing. Before moving every simple move also, just think on it twice. Bishop activates. We are playing against 2400 now. Okay, that's great. And bishop activates. I can just go for castle. I need to do this pawn push. Pawn takes. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I can go for castle. He's going for that pawn. If I just play my bishop here, then if knight takes, then knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. We are good after that. Because his king's guarding bishop will be lost if he does that. Although he will have good control over the center by just taking this pawn, bishop takes and rook takes. But okay, if we just make a pawn push, I do not have any problem with that by just placing my bishop back on g6. And if knight takes, pawn takes, h6 takes. Great. I can just go for this bishop for now because his plan was to take my knight. And I think I can just take that pawn for now. Queen is going for that. And if I do this pawn push, if queen takes, knight takes, and if bishop takes queen, I can go for this knight first. And if a queen just goes back, I can push this pawn. If queen takes that pawn, knight takes queen, bishop takes queen. If pawn takes, I can just take his queen. So yeah, this is a good position. Winning or not, decide will be decided in the end game. But currently, this is good position. Just attack his knight, pawn push. Bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes. What if knight goes here? Now, I think first thing is knight going here to defend this knight. If knight takes, then bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes. Also, I can play my bishop back. I'll just force him to take. No, I should play bishop back first. Push is better. Let's think here. Okay. If I just take, knight will get activate. If I just push, rook sits here. And if I just push another pawn, queen takes. Again, queen cannot take because knight is sitting. Knight takes it. If I play my bishop back, and if he takes this, pawn takes, I can take knight. Yes, bishop back first is the right move. Then knight takes bishop. Knight will go for bishop. Take this, and if he takes this, I'll not take it. I'll continue with the push. Reason behind it, if I just take that, queen takes it, and I'll be still under pin. So although I'm pawn down, but still not a bad position. I need to move away from this pin now because again knight here. Now I can go for this pawn or this that pawn. Pushing his bishop now. Come on. Bishop takes knight.